Welcome back to Killer Fun, where we explore the intersection of crime and entertainment. I'm Christy.
And I'm Jackie.
And we're so glad that you're back with us today. Today, we're continuing Halloween week episode, something every day for you, or a binge, whatever you choose. And today we are talking about The Shining.
I'm so excited to talk about this movie.
Love this movie.
Okay, are you a Stephen King fan?
I like Stephen King.
Do you read his stuff?
Sometimes.
Sometimes. Okay.
Sometimes.
Did you like this movie?
I love this movie.
Okay, I do too.
Before I ever read anything by Stephen King, I loved this movie.
Yes. Okay, so I love this movie and I like Stephen King's writing.
Right.
I know that some people feel like you have to choose, but I don't feel like that. You can just like both. It's okay.
Right. I can appreciate. The dog is snoring.
The dog is so snoring.
Ripley? Good girl? Okay. She's like, what do you want? I was sleeping.
Got it. We gotta post that. That's so funny.
Okay.
Anyway.
Sorry.
Rewind.
I know that it differs from the book, this movie.
It does.
And I know that Stephen King wasn't a fan of this movie.
Is he a fan of anything that's in movie form? I guess he's technically a fan of the new It. I guess.
Yes. I think he made a mini-series of The Shining.
What? How what?
Yeah.
Why I am out of the loop here.
There was a mini-series of The Shining. We'll get to it.
Yeah, oh my gosh. Yes, you have to get to that in a minute because I'm like, what?
All right. So 1980 was when this movie came out, and it looks it, but in a
it does.
In a great nostalgic sort of fun way with young Jack Nicholson and Shelley Duvall. And so let me start out with the IMDb single sentence recap. A family heads to an isolated hotel for the winter where a sinister president. Let me start that. Let me start it again. A family heads to an isolated hotel for the winter where a sinister presence influences the father into violence while his psychic son sees horrific forebodings from both past and future.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, that's good.
That's a good one.
That's a good one. I like that one. Okay, so what inspired Stephen King to write about this?
Well, I know because I've read Dark Tower, but I'm going to be quiet now because I can get really nerdy on this.
Well, I'm going to let you get really nerdy in just a minute. Okay. It wasn't inspired by a serial killer.
No.
Like some of the other movies that we're talking about this week. It was inspired by a place, the Stanley Hotel in Colorado.
Yes, a very scary looking. Yeah.
Which is not the one in the movie.
No,
the one in...
That was smart of them to not do that. Maybe not. Maybe they would have made more money. I don't know.
Well, the miniseries that I talked about that was done in the 90s, which was sanctioned by Stephen King, like run by Stephen King, was filmed at the Stanley Hotel in Colorado. It like revived the hotel. It was like falling in disrepair, and they used it as filming location and like redid all of the furniture and everything in this hotel, and it's all still there.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so
super
good.
cool.
Okay.
I have a friend who went there and said it was very fun, and they have like ghost tours.
That
and
sounds
all kinds of
like a fabulous vacation.
Like super fun up
in the summer.
Mountains. Oh yeah,
in the summer.
I lied. The Stanley Hotel was a home to start out with. This man named Freeland Oscar Stanley had tuberculosis in 1903, and the doctors didn't really know how to treat it very well.
Yeah,
they said fresh air is good for you, and so they sent him to Colorado to get fresh air, and they loved it so much that they bought a piece of property and built this huge, lovely mansion on it, and they went back every year, and he did recover.
Wow.
So, yeah, he didn't sell the property until like the late 1920s or early 1930s. or no, in 1930, he sold the buildings to a corporation who transformed it into a hotel. But is it really haunted? I mean, it felt like there was a presence there. That's what drew Stephen King to be inspired by it. He and his wife in the mid-70s went to the Stanley Hotel, and they were the only people in the hotel staying the night. And he said he felt like there was a presence there, and that's what really inspired the whole thing.
Let's be honest. Is there ever a time of Stephen King's life where he doesn't feel a presence somewhere?
I mean, fair. Maybe he's a magnet for paranormal activity, and that's why he's so good at his job.
He is the paranormal activity. No, actually, he talks about, in the Dark Tower, he allows for like a whole section where he talks about his writing. I guess that's in the newer releases of it, because I bought it more recently and on Kindle, so in the last few years. And so I revisited it when he had done more forwards and things of that sort. And part of it was him talking about how he allows the characters in the story to just kind of unfold in his mind, and he just sort of writes what's happening. Okay. He doesn't outline it. He doesn't, do thematic sort of organization. He just writes the story as it comes. And that means he has to go back and kind of work with continuity, right? But
that's why books like The Dome are 900 pages long.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Which I really liked The Dome.
I haven't read that one.
It was good. I liked it up until the very end, but the first 850 pages were good enough that I didn't mind that I didn't like the end.
Oh, man. That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, so and then he has a book on writing where he kind of talks about that process a little bit more.
Yeah. So is it really haunted? There's some... they have a ghost tour of the Stanley Hotel. They encourage you to take pictures and help you, quote unquote, identify how to determine if there's a specter in your picture.
How fun.
And there's special bookings in the hotel. So, of course, room 217.
237.
No. Okay. 217 is the room that Stephen King actually stayed in. 237 is the one in the book.
That's what I was thinking about.
217 is the one that he actually stayed in when he felt inspired about the story. And they do have a psychic on presence, Madame Vera.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. She'll help you understand what the spirit world has to tell you.
Interesting. Well, how fun is that? That sounds like the best, October vacation ever.
Really? I mean, seriously. Really fun. It would be really, really fun. Sometime when we're not afflicted by the plague, then...
when we're out of COVID.
And in August of 2018... a bear found its way into the main part of the lodge and rearranged some of the furniture and then left.
Whoops.
Yeah.
Well, bears do that.
Yeah.
So this miniseries, is it playing somewhere? Do we know?
I don't know, but it was from the mid-90s.
I'm going to have to look that up.
Yeah. Super fun. And there was not a hedge maze at the Stanley Hotel.
Okay.
When Stephen King was there and enjoying the creepiness of being in a hotel all by himself. But they do have one now.
Oh, of course. That's so awesome.
Yeah. Super fun.
I love it. I really do love this film because it is connected so much to all of his other writing, of course. And then it has
you mentioned Dark Tower is the nexus of
it's the
everything.
Spine. Yeah. It's the spine of everything. And all of the other stories kind of shoot out from him writing this story.
Right. So you can appreciate the other stories on their own, but if you want to fully appreciate all of the theory and
how it's all connected together, you got to read Dark Tower because
super fun.
First of all, it feels a little just like he calls in those stories, but actually it's the other way around.
Yeah, those stories are the fleshing out of what's in Dark Tower.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's pretty cool.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I love it. So I might have to rewatch it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Always. Yeah. That is one of my favorite movies to put on Halloween.
Yeah, we watched it last year at Halloween.
Yeah.
And so I think I'm ready to rewatch it now.
Yeah, me too. That was the thing before we had kids and had to go trick-or-treating. We would stay home, put on The Shining, and hand out candy.
Nice.
Delightful, and one of my favorite things. It's right up there with watching Christmas Story while we stuff stockings on Christmas Eve.
Christmas Story is the best Christmas movie next to Die Hard. I'm just kidding. I don't know if I had to choose. I don't know what I'd do, but Christmas Story is like on for the entire 24 hours. It is my favorite, I think. But.
Yeah. Me too. Though we did watch Die Hard a few weeks ago with my kids.
Oh yeah.
They both really liked it.
Of course they did.
They think they both have to refrain from yippee-ki-yay.
Yeah, my kids have to do the same thing.
Yeah.
Although we made my husband watch the entire series.
Oh yeah.
Which, there are some cringy moments in there. But I love 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
Like I think 1, 2, and 3 are actually really good. I really enjoy all of them. So, and I think my favorite is 1, second is 3rd, and my third one is number 2.
Okay.
Well, I just kind of like those 3, but the other 2 are, not half bad.
That's right. All right. Well, find us on the social media. Find us on Facebook, Killer Fun Podcast, exploring the intersection of crime and entertainment. Find us on Twitter at Killer Fun Pod, or send us an email, killerfunpodcast@gmail.com. And up next in your feed is the next installment in our Halloween week countdown. Listen to it right now or save it for tomorrow if you want a little bit of joy in your life all week long as we lead up to Halloween. We're going to be talking about Nightmare on Elm Street.
See you then.
Da, da, da.